In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to tape the MCL, LCL, and ACL for sport. The MCL is found on the inner side of the knee here. It's the medial collateral ligament. The LCL is right here, the lateral collateral ligament, and the ACL is behind the knee as well. So all three use the same sort of technique, and then it just depends which side or both sides you'd put it, do the taping on. But first you want to start with the position of the athlete, so you can grab a block or a roll of tape or anything like that, and you want to put the athlete in a athletic stance. So you want their foot to be just slightly elevated at the heel, and then just have a slight bend to the knee and just kind of turn the foot out a little bit so they're in an athletic stance. So the tape is going to work well for them. The first step is going to be to put down the anchors. So you're going to do two anchors, one just above the knee and one just below the knee. Again, just like with the ankle and the wrist, like anchors, you don't want it to be super tight. So you want to extend your tape first. The first anchor can be placed kind of just like right above the knee there. The only thing you want to avoid is there's tendons at the back of the knee, and you don't want to be taping over those, so just making sure you're above those as well. So I can just start, place it down, and tape around, and then place it. And as you're doing this, you want to be making sure you're asking your athlete if the tape's too tight, because you don't want them to be restricting their motion. So if they find it too tight, you can take off the anchor and redo it. And you want to probably do about 2 of these. You can also do this with elasticized tape, so it's more comfortable. But again, it's all up to what you have in the moment and what sort of resources you have. The next anchor is going to be placed just below the knee, so just at the top of the tibia there. And then again, just wanting to not infringe on those tendons at the back. So again, not super tight, just placing it slightly below the knee there, just coming around. And then once more. Like so. The next step will depend on which ligament we want to protect. So we'll start with the MCL because that's what we're seeing here. And if it were an LCL, we'd want to put the tape on this side, back side of the knee, and then ACL, we do it on both. So we'll start with MCL, and then I'll show you how we do it for ACL. So basically we want to make an X over the joint here. So we're going to start by taking some tape, and you just want to make lengths of tape like that, and then place it kind of just starting above the knee and ending below the knee there, like so. And then you're going to do the same going the other way to make that X right over the bone, the joint line. So again, taking the tape and placing it starting kind of just below the knee, and then making that X right over the joint line. So you can adjust your tape as needed and bring it up like so, and you can always adjust it as needed. And then we're just going to repeat this process over and over again. So as you do this, you want to make your tape more and more vertical. So we're going to start a little bit more up and down, and then do 3 to 4 of these strips. So I'm going to start on the inside of this one and end on the inside of that one. And then on the inside, and then on the inside. Slowly and surely moving towards more and more vertical lines, and then you can often end with one just straight up and down. Make sure you're making sure the athlete maintains that athletic stance. Like that, and then you can finish with just one straight up and down over the joint line. It just like so. So this is how we would tape for the MCL, and then we could add anchors going over top. You can test the tape job by just asking the athlete, like holding them in place and asking the athlete to bend the knee, and just seeing how that moves for them, if that's going to be enough. If they need more, you can add more strips, or if this is sufficient, you can end it there. We would then anchor it in over top, but first we're going to see how we would do the other side. So this would be if there was an ACL injury, we do this same thing on the other side and have both sides of the knee covered. If it was just the LCL that was the issue, we would just do what we just did here on the lateral side of the leg. So I'm gonna do the same exact thing we did on this side, on the other side, and then I'll show you how to close. So as you can see, I've taped now both sides of the knee, both on the LCL and the MCL, and this is going to help protect our ACL as well. So now that we've got this knee completely immobilized, we're going to close it off. So usually we just do another couple of anchor strips across the top, like so, and then again on the bottom. Another thing that is often common is using, again, the elastic tape, and there's tape that will cling to itself, and you can wrap that around the whole tape job. Especially in a more contact sport like rugby, the tape will, tend to fall off a lot easier. So, and again, you can add more anchors if you want more coverage and more support. But this is generally how you would approach a tape job for both the MCL, the LCL, and the ACL.